90% of what people think about ourselves is based off our first impression. No matter what you say, no matter what your degree is, your past, your future, 7 seconds, it's all it takes to move you forward or backwards in the perception of anyone. Dear audience, welcome to your training on job seeking on LinkedIn for NGV professionals in 2020. I'm your host, Ricardo Carmona. Welcome to this session. Please, throughout our presentation, if you have any question, anything that maybe I missed out, or anything that you want to ask, the way to do it is through our chat window. So give it a go anytime you want. At the end, we will be reading throughout these questions and trying to answer them. So let's begin. Welcome to this training. Open your mind. Be open to learn new things and get ready, because this might change the way you see things around the internet. Let's start with a quick overview of the content that we will be seeing today. We will start learning about the new LinkedIn, why there's more to LinkedIn that you might know at this point. Second, we're going to be checking how to revamp our profiles. What are some key aspects that are worth to mention right now? After that, we want to be talking about how to correctly build up your network, how to let your connections work in your favor and not trying to do the opposite. Then we're going to be talking about how to generate activity within LinkedIn and showcase who we are in so many different ways. And one of those ways, it's going to be about content and a content strategy. This is one of the key aspects of our presentation today, how to add value through what we are saying and use that to find that new job that we're looking for. And then I'm going to talk to you about how to follow through with everything we learned today, right? So let's keep it short. We're going to be talking about these 6 topics. Let's move on to our first one. Now, before starting with our first topic of how is LinkedIn of 2020, try to think about this. How did you get here? Ramandeep, Leptap, Rohan, Darshan, everyone that is joining us today. How did you get here? Why did you get the chance to open a link, to sign up to maybe training, free training? Why? How did that happen? What are the chances that you came up to here? Do you think that you chose to click on my profile on this link? Or do you think that I work in a manner so you would click on my profile? Think about it. Is it more that you were looking for me, or is it that I work hard for you to see who I am in so many ways? So we're ready to start with learning what is the new LinkedIn. And what I want to start with is, where is LinkedIn in 2020? One of the first things I want to show you is who was LinkedIn in 2008. And it was this amazing CV search platform. All right. In 2008, this is what it looked like. You just uploaded your profile and everyone could search for you. It was basically a search platform. Right now, this is how it looks. One of the first screens, they want you to share, to talk about something, to celebrate an occasion, as I'm pointing in this moment right now. They want you to find an expert, add a job opportunity, create a poll, offer help, share a profile. It's too many things. And at this point, we have to understand that LinkedIn is a social network, right? And professionals are not just coming to LinkedIn in huge numbers, but they're engaging with a huge purpose, with different purposes. All right. So we're gonna run through all the different things that people come to LinkedIn for. The first one is having content published, because there are more than 660 million active members on LinkedIn. They're coming to publish their content on this social network. The second one, it will be to learn industry news, to find out about the news of their industry. It's a good way to keep informed. The third one is looking for expert advice. All right, it's not only about much more than only about a CV or a messaging platform. They're looking for expert advice. The fourth, it's about career training. Many of us go with the perspective of finding out who has the better training. We're coming into LinkedIn to find out about recommendations, insights, and of course, job seeking and recruiting. But it's not the only the only thing that people are doing on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn today is a place for developing relationships. We have to understand that first. And we have to base those on trust, authority, and expertise and our values. All right? So with all those factors coming into play, LinkedIn has been developing innovation. Every single year has been adding up different features, removing some other ones. But at this point, we have to understand where we are. And I'm going to point you through 4 different aspects of LinkedIn that are coming in this year that if you miss them, too bad, but this is happening. And you have to hop on the train and take advantage of those 4 platforms, all right? The first one is LinkedIn Live, all right? This came in 2020 and it started to roll. Probably will be, right now it's a feature on the request only for just a few people that shows interested on it, but it will be hopefully open to everyone very, very soon. The second feature, it's LinkedIn Stories. All right, a way to share Instagram type posts to let know people who we are, what are we doing, and those who start using LinkedIn Stories first will be noticed first. The third one is LinkedIn Polls, a very amazing tool to get engagement, to get people knowing who we are, what we're doing, that I've been using quite a lot recently, testing that tool, and it's already available for everyone to jump on and release a poll. And the final one is LinkedIn Events. Every single LinkedIn user can create an event and be noticed about it. So those 4 tools are, most of them are live right now. LinkedIn Stories is coming soon to everyone. It's live depending on the country. And those 4 are going to shape the coming month. So be aware of what's happening right now and take advantage of it. We're going to see how in the next slides. So where is LinkedIn right now for the NGV industry? One of the things that we came today to see. And the first thing I want to try is start to explore our ecosystem, all right? What's spinning around the NGV industry on LinkedIn? And we want to start with the first factor, that are the influencers, all right? One of the key players on the NGV industry right now are the influencers. There are just a handful of people that have this good amount of following, and their thoughts, their posts resonate more than any other key players in other industries. Let's say in the marketing industry, for example, to be an influencer, you have to be really, really big. But in the NGV industry, to influence people, to let them know who we are, we don't need that amount of following. The industry is super small, and these tall leaders get leverage because of this, right, around our ecosystem. One of those people spinning around the NGV industry, it's Rudolf Uber, for example. He's one of the leaders in all this LNG movement. His posts, I'm going to ask you to grab a pen and paper and try to write down these profiles I'm going to be showing, and try to look for them and try to see what they're doing. His posts are super engaging. He posts about whatever is the topic, but the way he speaks, it's super engaging for everyone. All right, it's one of the influencer worth to mention around our industry. The second type of profiles that we can find are executive. All right, there are just a few really active on the platform, and they mostly advertise about their successes. All right, they're not so influential on LinkedIn, but they have their following is not that engaging, let's say. All right, one of these examples are association executives or CEOs. Some of them, very few of them, are posting. One of the people that is posting regularly is Daniel Gage. All right, so take a look to his profile, try to find out what he's doing, the way he's advertising his association, right? The one that he precedes. The third type of profile that we're going to be finding, it's salespersons, right? They're posting about their product or their service with very little engagement, but doing it in a constant manner, right? One example would be Mr. Horsberg. You can check his profile on LinkedIn. He's super constant on posting, but of course getting a little engagement, and we're going to talk about why is that. And the fourth type of profile we're going to be finding, it's technicians and engineers. They have the lowest engagement in the platform, all right, because they post one post every 2 weeks or so, with one exception that I want to mention here, and it's a way to being noticed with Mr. Dave Clement. He is the owner of one CNG service, let's say, company, and of course he's super noticeable, but he's lacking one of the things that we're going to be mentioned. But he's super noticed on the platform just by showing up. All right, and then these are the four types of profiles we can find on LinkedIn. Let's talk about how active we are as a whole industry on the platform. All right, so this is kind of a percentage of all the active users of the NGV industry, according to my personal estimation. All right, so how are we using really the platform? So I think that in the first, let's say, section about talking about multimedia, I think we are only at 70% at most. When we, as an industry, we are using this type of content, we are lacking many people. It's lacking how to use the multimedia around our industry. All right, so that's why we got 7 out of 10 in this point system. About how are we using our algorithm or the LinkedIn algorithm in our favor? How are we using tags? Are we using mentions around our post? I think we are really far from being optimized as an industry. We have a lot to learn, and I put them on a 30% basis. About how are we profiling correctly in our industry? We have way more to learn. Many of us, we have profiles with much areas of opportunities. And how are we engaging and having activity on our industry? We're basically at around 60% in my perspective. So we have so many areas of opportunity, but we have to start by learning how the algorithm works, how LinkedIn works from the inside. And that's what we want to learn today, and how to use that into our advantage. Knowing the whole ecosystem, how can we use this to engage, to get that recruiter to find us, all right? And I'm going to talk to you about what I call the holy grail of job search. So pay close attention to this section, because it can change the way you look at things, right? So be very open to this part. So visualize this. All right. Picture that today, hopefully you guys, today you receive this message, right? We're on a LinkedIn conversation, and you hear, "Hi, your name. I saw your profile, and I would like to know if you're considering job offers at this point." He replies then and says, "We have an open position at our company as a maintenance engineer, as maybe a project engineer, that I think will be a great fit for you. Let me know if it's of your interest. Take care, Ryan." So this is what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for that job to come to us, for that people, that future employer to find us, right? That's the holy grail of job search. And this already has happened to me, not only once, it happened to me twice. The last time it happened was in June 2016, all right? And I'm going to share with you my last accepted job offer and how it came in the form of one direct message. So this who would become my employer right at this point, he mentioned, "Hello, Ricardo. NatGas is a Mexican company, and we're trying to contact engineers with experience that have been involved in the design, construction, operation, maintenance of CNG stations. So if you have anyone available around your reach, let me know." That simple message became several years of my career, hopefully the best years of my career. And this could happen to you anytime. You don't have to be special about this, all right? So what we're looking for here is make this possible through what is called inbound job marketing. All right, inbound job marketing. And it's all about attracting the people that you need in our industry. And there are 4 key factors to let people reach out to you. So let's understand what is an inbound job offer. If you didn't ask for that, if you didn't reach out first, It's an inbound contact, let's say. So inbound job opportunities appear by making your personal brand discoverable online, and by using your content, using your part of the story for get that communication flowing. All right. So not the other way around, not asking for a job, not reaching out to know about open opportunities. It's about how to do the opposite. It's kind of a tricky thing, all right? So there are 4 key factors. They have to be hearing about you. You can achieve that by just showing up. The case of Dave that I mentioned before, he just shows up. Everyone knows who he is. That's the know part. They heard about you somewhere. They don't know maybe they don't know much about you, but they heard about you. That happens to me a lot. I find people that I meet person to person, and they have heard about me on LinkedIn. They don't know what I do, maybe, but they know me. So the second part, they have to know your expertise. So that's the second level, right? So this is about being relatable, trying to understand what works for you as an expert, share that, find your specific niche. Not trying to be the expert of the industry, of all the industry. Not finding out some key thing that you know that you want to talk about. Find your niche. The third part is that people on LinkedIn need to know what kind of value you add. All right? So this is about not showing about what you know, but showing about how can you help solving problems. How can you be helpful? You know, maybe I talk about a situation that I solved on my previous job while I'm looking for a new one. And I tell a story about that. And the fourth part, it's trying to get them to reach out to you because they want to learn more. In my case, in my personal case, they wanted to work with someone they didn't know who, but they asked for me, for my help. Many people reach out to my profile and they ask to learn. That's the zenith of what I'm doing on LinkedIn, because they trust me so much that they reach out to me and try to learn something, trying to learn what is the type of mobile refuel units they can use for the stations. They want to know how to fix their problems with maybe some meters that are over metering. That pinnacle, it's where you know that you got their trust. They went through all these 4 aspects and you got them. So if you do that with a person that is looking for a special position, you have way more advantage than anyone that is simply sending their CV, right? So that's what we're aiming at. So what do you need to make that happen? What are the tools you need? All right, so I think that you need a lot of luck, all right? And this is the funny part, because you need to get super lucky. And I mean that in a really good way. You need to get luck, all right? But we're going to build that luck around 2 factors, all right? We're going to build our luck on LinkedIn with our job search, with preparation, and we're going to build it with opportunity, all right? So luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. In my case, as I mentioned you, I was so prepared with everything I was doing, with everything on my profile, with everything on my area of expertise, then when the opportunity came in a horizon of several years, this company was looking for this person on this time, and I was prepared, right? So if we're prepared, we're going to get super, super lucky really soon. And let's talk about the second part of our story, It's about our profile. And I'm 99% certain that your profile is understating who you really are. Okay? And I mean this because we need to be gaining exposure. That's the game for LinkedIn, all right? The LinkedIn game, it's more about standing out on a huge crowd of 660 million people rather than being qualified. It's super scary to think that, but you need to stand out for just one little to be acknowledged, all right? So the first thing we're going to start with is with our profile, with, let's say, our CV on LinkedIn. And a strong profile will capture the attention. We'll get them to click on your profile to find out more about you. That is going to build with time, all right? The second part to win on the game of LinkedIn is liking. How many times are you liking other people's posts? Some of you are doing it regularly, but some of you are not. Simply, and it's free, you guys, to like someone's post will get you in front of many people on your network. It will say, I don't know, Rajesh liked this post, or Eddie liked this picture. Whatever you do on LinkedIn, it's going to get people clicking through your profile and finding out more about you. The third one, and more engaging one, it's to comment. If you comment on if you comment on someone else's post, it's going to gain even more exposure than a like. All right, it's going to be shared through your network that you're commenting on something, and it's the perfect window for your future employer to find out how you think, because you're not showcasing this comment to maybe a recruiter in a gas company that maybe that recruiter doesn't even know about, I don't know, natural gas dispensers. But many of the recruiters that we're going to be aiming at are actually our future bosses. Like in my case, for example, that person, I've been living trying to hire someone, for example, for our company in Mexico, and I said to the human resources people that work with us, I need this person that knows about this and describe the profile perfectly. They come up in 2 weeks and they say to me, we didn't find anyone. And I said, you didn't find anyone? So I take the matter into my own hands, and guess what? I'm on LinkedIn lurking through our different profiles. And who do I hire? The people who stand out the most. Maybe he's not the most qualified one, but he's the one most qualified to me from everyone I'm seeing right now. All right? So that's the trick here. And the fourth strategy to win on LinkedIn is to interact, to chat, to add value. So have a friendly approach, and not showing actual interest in a job position might worth more than sending a CV and reaching out in so many ways. Add value. We're going to be talking more about that. Once you do those four, you have so many things in your advantage. You have gained exposure. All right? All those four are free for you to do every day, every week. But forget about trying to automate things, trying to add everyone trying to like every comment It's not about being a robot, it's about being authentic, about taking your time and build this over time, like a human being, not like a robot. Think about that. So your first impression, because of many studies about this, when you show up at a meeting, when you show up on LinkedIn, that person that's looking at you virtually or in real life is asking two questions in their mind. In the back of their minds, of a subconscious way, he's asking, what are his or her intentions? What are your intentions? All right. Are you qualified or not? So picture this. I'm checking things on LinkedIn and I receive a message. And the message says, check my CV. I'm a professional at the NGV industry. Let me know if any job opportunities come up. And my mind asks those two questions. What are his intentions? So his intentions are to find a job because he's needy, and trying to answer this question in my mind. And the second one is he qualified? And I answer those questions without looking at your profile. I mean, with looking maybe to a picture, at the kind of language you use in those 7 seconds, I answered those questions immediately. So you get this chance, this small window on this message to let that first impression sink in. All right. So take good care of that first impression because you don't get a second chance to do that. Someone is joining in. And remember, just remember, we're convincing people about ourselves, not businesses, not robots. You're building your profile for them to find a remarkable person, not a qualified professional, not let's say, a piece of a degree that comes to work with me. No, they're looking for value on the platform. As many times I've done while recruiting new staff for our company. So as I mentioned you before, the first impression matters so much, and you have to showcase competence in just 7 seconds. You have that small window to create the first impression. So is this person capable, and can I trust this person? So picture that environment in a text message that you send. Is this person capable? Can I trust this person? And that works, as I said, in every encounter that we have with a new person, right? So what do you think will be the most important one to showcase? Do I showcase with this cloth that I'm capable, or that you can trust me? All right. What do you feel is the most appealing? To be capable or to be trustable? Do we like more Cristiano Ronaldo, or do we like most Messi? Those two are key factors. Those two persons are different because one of them looks trustable and one of them looks capable. So the study says that we incline more for people that we can trust. Is the first pillar, around 60% of the importance. And the other 40, it's about if you are capable, right? So the trustworthiness is about if you have a conversation going on, if you are a good listener, if you do this small talk. And the other part, you develop it by content, through expression, through communication, through language. And if there's no trust, people actually perceive competence as negative. As many people hate Cristiano Ronaldo because he looks so competent that maybe he's a negative person. So the NGV industry is a super niche, all right? And finding that trust depends on how you solve problems, how you improve that company situation through what you know, all right? That brings us to building context on your LinkedIn profile. You need to be certain that this speaks volumes, all right? So ask this: is your online avatar, your online persona, answering who are you? If I look into your profile, do I know who are you? Really? You achieve this by letting people know about yourself, leaving some vulnerabilities to appear, and even showcasing your mistakes. That makes you normal. We don't trust a person that only shows their successes. It's crazy. And try to understand if your profile answer this second question. Are you devoted to help companies? Are you being helpful with what you're posting? If your goal, your personal goal, what I understand about you when I look through your profile is that you want to grow professionally, you want to be a better person, I'm not going to be interested about you. No one will reach out to you. Your goal that you have to let people know about needs to be that you solve problems. All right? And in the NGV industry, we have a lot of problems to pick and try to solve, and that we're solving in our everyday life. So let's start with one of the tips I want to share with you today with your profile picture, right? This will be a great point of start for many of us that we have a profile picture that maybe is not working. The first question, it's who would you hire in this? Let's make a quick eye test exercise. Try to see these profiles. Two people equally qualified, and you see those two pictures. Who would you hire? You get a second chance. A more seasoned professional, a little bit more age, but you see these two pictures. You get 7 seconds. Who do you pick? And those pictures speak volumes. Let's try with a lady. You get same experiences, same countries they've been, and they have these two pictures. Who do you pick? What do you get? What feel do you get when you see the profile of the profile picture down below? When you see the profile picture above? Of course, we're going to end up picking the best pictures. It's super simple, but we end up picking the person below. And there are certain rules to get a good profile picture. I want to share this with you because getting the perfect picture, it's super standard and you never get a second chance. So make sure that you're sending the right first message. And in our case, just having a picture makes your profile 14 times more likely to be viewed by others. Right? So if you're getting a little engagement on LinkedIn, it's probably because you have an unseasoned picture. So your LinkedIn profile picture represents you. It tells the world who you are. So take a good, hard, long look on your photo right now that you have. And let me know if you're happy with it. If you're not, start doing something about it. You don't need money. You only have to invest time on it. All right? Make sure that it looks like you. It doesn't look like someone else having fun at a party. Make sure it's high resolution. Make sure that it's at least 60% of the picture. It's your face. We don't need to be seeing your full body or where you are sitting down at your work. No, it's not about that. It's about a circle that contains your face. And be expressive, and this one englobes several things, but have a good light, have a good dress code, have a good background. The content of the photo needs to speak a little bit more professional. and try to invest in your profile picture. And even I invite you to take a professional picture. Find a friend who loves photography, pay for a simple profile picture, but because it's your chance to communicate that you're friendly, likable, and trustworthy. And I'm taking note, guys. I want to see everyone in this training having their profile pictures changed, and hopefully in every single social network the next time we see each other. So this is only the beginning of handling your profile, all right? We have so many different aspects to carry on our profiles. The about section, the feature section, a new section for LinkedIn, the activities that we're having, how are we posting about our experience? Do you have any pictures of what you have done before or during your current jobs? Do you have any videos about it? Do you have any recommendations? Do you know how important they are? So I want to ask you this question. I'm going to share with you how many people see my profile every single week. And my profile gets seen about almost 800, 700 times a week, all right? That's 100 people a day that goes through my profile. And my last post at that point had 251 views. So I get more profile views than post views if I stay quiet, all right? So where would you be with these numbers? If you would get the engagement of people going through your profile 100 times a day, would you be hired right now? Would you have that job opportunity? That's very important. So we're going to talk about how to build our network, all right? That's one of the key aspects to learn today. And when to reach out. What are the rules? Listen, guys, I know that several of you have been working LinkedIn the wrong way, but it's time to learn the right way to do it, all right? So picture yourself. Let's learn about our mistakes. And let's try to gain that increased chance to get that new job, all right? So I'm going to narrate to you several things that you should not do first, all right? So do not try to connect with everyone you find on LinkedIn. I want to connect with 10,000 people. Don't try to do that, all right? Choose quality over quantity. It doesn't matter if you have only 700 connections, all right? You can land your next job with only that type of network. You only need to be engaged in the right way. I've hired a lot of people that doesn't have a big amount of people connected to them, but they have just the right amount so I can find them. So I connecting and sending out your CV, the first message, it's super annoying. Don't do that. Don't burn out that chance that you have to get noticed. Send in your CV immediately. Do not connect only with HR people and recruiters. That's a common mistake I'm seeing right now. Or directors. No. Stay open to understand who's more valuable on LinkedIn to connect with. So what you have to do, those rules you have to apply to reaching out to your network, add value first. If you want to be noticed by the CEO of, I don't know, Disney, if you want to be noticed by the CEO of ExxonMobil, you need to add value first. You cannot go and, here's my CV, check it out. No. I told this to a girl that contacted me, and she said, I have this service. Would you be interested on it? And I was kind of mad about it, and I said to her, you know what? This is not the right way to do it, because you shouldn't do this way and this. And she asked me, oh, where are you? How do you do it? And I said, you have to add value. You have to have a conversation. And she said, all right. And then she became one of my go-to people for news because she had this talent. And then she started texting me randomly, you know what happened to this week in the NGV industry in Mexico? Happened this and this. And I said, how do you know that? And she said, I'm informed. And I started to get value from her. And then I know that she's an expert. Then I trust her. But before I didn't do that. So try to reaching out, mentioning interesting facts, interesting questions to that people that you want to be noticed by instead of sending your CV. Be personal, all right? Use different tools. Be different. Use that voice that you have. Use that voice messaging application or feature that you have on LinkedIn. You can, instead of sending me your CV, for example, try to send me a voice message and try to ask me on voice that you need for a job. You will be different only because you're sending a voice message. What about a video DM? All right? Sync that in. You receive a video message asking for an advice, asking for what's going on in Mexico about the NGV atmosphere. Imagine that I receive a video message. Super interesting. No one does it, and it's completely free. So the last advice would be to search and connect thoughtfully. Connect with your area of impact within the industry, the NGV industry, and study who is actually active. That worth many times more to add in a person like Darshan, for example, Darshan Soni, who's online right now, than adding a CEO of a company, big company that only goes on LinkedIn once a month. I don't know to what for, but it's super more important to have these rules to increase your chances to land that new job. And I'm going to send you a challenge right now, guys. And I want to ask you to do this. Take pen and paper, and the challenge is this. I want you to send a video DM thanking to that one person that added you back in the list that you are adding people right now searching for a job, and some person reply with the connection and accept. I want you to take your phone, go to the DM part, and click on send them, not a message with your CV, please, but you're going to send him or send her a video message thanking them for connecting and bringing up a cool fact, a cool question, all right? And being noticed by that simple thing that you're doing. Once you do that, I want you to DM me with a video message as well and telling me that you accepted the challenge and you did it and you broke through that shyness maybe to send anybody a video message from you, and I will reply you back with a DM video as well, just to let you know that you came up through this challenge and that you did well. It's a cool thing to do. Do it and you will get gratified immediately, and you can reach out to me in a video DM way. I will reach out to you and send one back and let you know how it feels. So we're been running through things around through the different aspects of this training, and I want to talk now about content strategies. And this is very important because we're going to divert and not only going through LinkedIn through the job search engine, job search apply, and trying to split our time into job searching and generating content, because you need to stand out. You need to job search, of course, but you need to stand out. And let's see one of the many strategies to develop our content and because matters of time, I'm going to mention this. On LinkedIn, the content helps you build your brand and this engagement that you're looking for to stand out. So you generate content, build your brand, get engagement, being noticed, get a job. That's what we're looking for here. And the first aspect, the base of this, is how generating content, generating posts, comments, likes, videos, generating articles, generating polls, generating whatever tool that LinkedIn has besides the job search part to demonstrate how handy you are, how helpful, resourceful you are, and talk about how you help succeed your past companies in so many ways. Generate content that does that lets people know how are you helping other companies, other people. Build over that and tell a compelling story. Find the backbone of who you are, of your journey so far, and try to explain me what motivates you. What's your passion? Do a simple video and try to talk about what happened in your day. You know what? I learned today that I can be a better professional on LinkedIn, and I'm so thankful about this. And send. That will get engagement around you, around your passion, around who you are. That's what people want to know when they're looking for you. One of those 100 times a day, they find this post and they say, I want to hire that guy. Afterwards, ask yourself what people want to hear about. What do you think is going to receive the most engagement, and try to share what you know that people want. All right? People want to maybe know how to select correctly their compressors, and you know how to do it. Share that information. People want to know what software to use for designing a CNG station. Share that with people. They want to hear about that. They want to engage with that. Share selflessly. Share what you know. Maybe you know more about pipes. Maybe you know more about everything else. Try to share. And then find out what people want to talk about. This is simple because you can go and on your feed and try to see what are the posts that are getting more comments. And maybe you find out a post about pollution and people are engaging with pollution. Talk about pollution. You know that people are engaging with, let's say, piping. Talk about piping. Comment on that. And then you will learn how content will make you visible. You will build upon it and hopefully get that new job. One of the last, or maybe the last topic that we're going to be talking about because of matters of times, it's some final tips, all right, that I want to share with you. There are super short, but they are really useful. So take a good look to it and pay close attention to this and start applying these simple rules. Begin your journey the right way. You're in the middle of a so crowded place and you need to stand out, right? So treat LinkedIn like a conversation. That's the first rule I want to tell you. Imagine that you are in the middle of an exhibition, event, or something. You are in a hotel lobby. That is your potential employer sitting down, and you go out and you said to him, here's my CV, take it, hire me please, I'm the best at what I do. It's not how a conversation works. You have to be remarkable first. The second advice will be to look for high engagement posts and become this person that knows what is going on LinkedIn. Start looking once a day, maybe, on your favorite area of expertise. Find out who's talking about what, about if you are into conversions, CNG conversions, find out who's talking about it. If you're more into stations or operations of CNG stations, operations of LNG stations, LNG terminals, find out who's talking about it and look for those high engagement posts and don't miss any of those. If you are in that world, you'll be on your recruiters, in front of your recruiters. The third one would be to unleash who you are. All right, it's about being authentic without this shyness that we often come up with. Show yourself the way you are. You don't need a filter for that, right? So that will build confidence on you in a daily basis. Try to do that. Try to share today a picture of what you're doing. All right. Try to keep context on it, but share something. The fourth rule will be to what you have to say. If you read some post, some article, and you think that you disagree with that article, with that post, talk about it. Even if it's your friend. That happened to me, and when I understood this tip, this advice, I started applying it and received super great perception. One of one good friend from another company in Mexico posted once about this topic. I don't remember what exactly it was, and I said, you know what, you're not being that's not true, that's not so real, that what you're mentioning. And I skipped through and kept going by, and I said, you know what, comment on it. What can happen if I disagree with you? I went back, commented on it, and we started a conversation. How cool is that? We started a conversation with several people, being more noticed. If you have something to say, don't be shy. Go ahead and try it. And the key here, this is the main advice that I want to share with you, is that in LinkedIn there is so much accountability, so many people trying to be perfect, that not too many people receive bad comments. There are not many haters on LinkedIn, and this is because there is so much accountability in our profiles that we tend to say, oh no, I'm not going to disagree with him because I think it will be hurt my profile and I don't want to be noticed like this. No, be different, and understand that people are not going to criticize you because you posted a video and didn't look good, or you didn't have the perfect haircut or something. Go ahead and try it, and you're going to be one step above everyone else. So guys, it takes a lot of effort to increase your visibility, all right? And for example, we need to be having a remarkable profile that takes about 2 weeks to consolidate, to really extract every drop of use that every drop of that perfect profile that we need. We need to be interacting frequently, guys. Every single day. There are some tips that I would like to share with you about how often you need to be doing this, what you need to be doing, but you need to be logging in every day on LinkedIn. You need to be building a solid network. At least you would spend 6 months to consolidate a good network. Not 5,000 contacts or connections or 10,000. It's not about the quantity, but you need a solid network of people that are engaging. And you need to generate engagement every day. You need to engage every day. You need to be generating that engagement, generating that piece of content that starts a conversation. You need to be rolling out your content strategy. You need to have a plan of what you want to be exhibiting on the platform, all right? And build upon that. What would you like to do? Would you like to be this service technician that everyone talks about? Do you want to be the guru on pipelines? Do you want to be, what do you want to be? Build upon that strategy and have different accomplishments every week. Have a game plan. And the sixth one will be to apply everything that we know, to apply to every post, every job in a proper manner. And I want to emphasize this because we often tend to apply carelessly, apply to a different job, 30 different jobs every day, and it's more worth to apply to maybe 5 jobs in a good way, selecting carefully what job are we jumping on, than applying to 30, 40 jobs. To applying to jobs that has like 400 applicants, it's nonsense, all right? But apply every day. You need to be applying every single day. And then with that, all that, you will be receiving, I'm sure you will be receiving this inbound job offers. That's what we're aiming for, guys. All right? So do you think that you have what it takes? Do you think that you learned what it takes? Think about it, all right? And I will invite you to become a better LinkedIn user. I will invite you today to accept my challenge. I'm going to invite you today to get that network working for you, to get that content, to share more, to be noticeable, and I'm sure that you will find this new job. So that will be the most of what I want to talk to you about today. Until here, I want to know if you have any questions at all. Hit me up on the chat message. I'm going to be reading about 3 or 4 of them, of those questions that you send me. Thank you very much for listening. And I want to get the message. Just let me know. One of the things that I want to share with you guys is that I'm going to offer you one more thing, all right? So I see one of the questions. I'm going to be answered that. I can offer you one more thing, one more step to up your game, all right? And it's about a full profile revamp, game plan, specific design for you, and access to a weekly live group session that I have with the group of LinkedIn users. And of course, weekly assessments to know on what point you are. And those 4 aspects I will be sharing with you guys, coaching you guys in a perfectly customized program for anyone to join on my website. You can find on ricardocarmona.io/coaching. You can find this program that I will ask you to sign up to develop your LinkedIn game. All right. So give it a quick look. Let's try to work together. I think I can be helpful to you guys to find a new job. Just let me know. I am having some questions here. Darshan asked me, how can we avoid conflicts on LinkedIn? All right. So that question I would like to answer that with the last advice that I gave you. And the thing is that I will invite you to create conflict, Darshan. Remember, the accountability is so high that so little people are trying to be haters because of they want to troll you, they want conflict to appear. They're debating, arguing about some things, and conflict is going to increase your visibility. You don't have to be afraid of the consequences if people know that I like more electric vehicles than natural gas vehicles. Oh no, that will create. No, you need to be creating post constantly about these parties, about conflict, and trying to learn what people are into. That will create visibility for you. Rohan is asking a second question. Is LinkedIn Premium useful? I would say that you need to test it. You need to test LinkedIn Premium. All right. The first thing that you're going to notice, I will recommend you to use LinkedIn Premium while you are advancing in building your network. All right. So let's say you have 3 months constantly building your network. All right. Try to bring in LinkedIn Premium. Take advantage of the features of an email, for example, to someone that is not your connection. But try to take advantage of the learning features that LinkedIn Premium has. They have really good training courses with that premium subscription, and go ahead and try it and learn about the platform. But I wouldn't recommend you to stick to that as your main player. I mean, you need to be generating content. You need to be approaching the right way. Maybe in a LinkedIn mail that LinkedIn Premium has, to the opportunity to connect with someone that is not on your first, second, and third, let's say, tier. But once you get to a certain point, you can drop the LinkedIn Premium, and nothing is going to happen. It's not going to decrease dramatically your chances to land a new job. And she's Pensai, he's asking, will you help us on the profile revamp, maybe one-on-one basis? And yes, of course, we can get together. I will ask you thoughtfully that you will sign up on this on my website. I think that I put the address, sorry, the site on the wrong manner, the wrong type, but nothing to worry about. Just sign up on my website, send me a direct message, and we will make that appointment, that first one-on-one session. I got a full program that I will ask you to go through, and trying to see if that fits for you, if that you think that would increase the way that you're using LinkedIn in a longer span, because that's what I'm trying to explain here. If we can work together in a long span of time, we will be achieving this goal of standing out in front of these big companies, in front of this key player. All right. I would like to share my strategy. Where can I send you? Freddy, you just have to hit me up on LinkedIn. I will ask you to send me a direct message. Send me a video message and explain me what is your strategy to get that new job. Send me a video message and try to explain to me, and you will find out, you will discover so many great things. And Eddie, can we get the recording? Yes, I'm going to be sharing with you guys through the email list the recording of this video. Probably I'm going to share it to YouTube in the future, the next few days, because it's been recorded, and don't worry that I'm thinking about that. So, all right, guys, it's been a real pleasure to share this information with you. I really hope that this could be helpful to your growth, your your game on LinkedIn. I'm so happy that you guys listen to me this far, and I would like to invite you to work on your personal brand, to work every day into engaging with LinkedIn. It could change your life. It could increase the way that you live. It could impact your family. It could impact so many things. Um, Thank you very much for being here, and I wish you very, very good luck in your job finding. Have a good luck. Prepare for that job opportunity that is just around the corner. Take care, guys. Bye bye.